I'm a lawyer. My name is Wynn Johnson. I used to be the legal director for the Administrative Office of Courts here in this building, in fact, for the Alabama court system, under the tenure of former Chief Justice Roy Moore. And I also worked for him in his first term back in 2001 to 2003. I was his staff attorney at that time. I'm a concerned lawyer, concerned about our system. So here's what the courts have done in this case involving the 12-year-old girl. The Court of Civil Appeals issued an opinion last Wednesday, July 12th, saying that she was mature enough, and I'm going to put this in its starkest terms, to decide to murder her own child in her womb. Do I really have to explain to y'all that there's a child in the womb? Do I really have to go into what every 5-year-old knows? Can we move on and say that's a given? There's a life there. You can read opinions by Chief Justice Roy Moore, Justice Tom Parker, explaining all the legal ramifications and bases for saying that Roe v. Wade is an aberration and an unjust opinion. But I'm not going to go there. I want to talk about the very basis of our society. When you talk about the very basis of our society, you're talking about protecting life. Roe v. Wade was the first denial of reality. It wasn't the transgender movement. Roe v. Wade denied that there was a life in the womb and basically ordered the civil society of this country to not protect life. But that's not all. Because a law against murder protects the potential perpetrator too. And right now I'd like to turn this over to Lorie Mullins, who is with COPE Pregnancy Center, a counseling service for women who are facing the decision about abortion and facing the aftermath of abortion.
True. We were founded to help the mothers. We were founded to give women some kind of support, financial support, emotional support, spiritual support in their decision, and to give them love and understanding after the decision, no matter what that decision might be. And we're dealing with a 12-year-old. 12! If any of you have children, I have a niece who's 12. This child is going into the 6th grade. She probably has trouble deciding what shirt to wear to school. The courts, the law has decided that she's not old enough, wise enough, mature enough to make her own decision about whether or not she wants to drink, to buy a pack of cigarettes, to drive a car. But they've now put this decision, this responsibility in her hands. This is a 12-year-old child who now has the responsibility of life and death. And no matter how you feel about abortion, that's what it is. It is a decision about life or death. And it's a decision this child is going to have to live with forever. Yeah, she's probably going to get counseling for her deplorable family situation. No one's arguing that. She's a victim of incest. She's a victim of rape. Her mother has been abusive. She's been removed from her home. But an abortion is not going to fix any of that, and it's certainly not going to make it better. She has been victimized her entire life, and now she's been put in a position of being the perpetrator of this newest violence, because that's what's going to happen. Whether she grasps it now, there is a point in her life where she is going to understand what she has done. I don't know what the perfect answer is, but I do know this is not it. And if I could actually speak to this child, the only thing I could say to her is, you've been robbed of your childhood. Don't rob yourself of your future.
What shipwreck do women face because they have killed their own child? I can't imagine that. I can't imagine living with that. And yet, so here we are. What should the Court of Civil Appeals have done and the juvenile court judge have done? What should Judge Sam Donaldson, who authored the opinion? From what I understand, he's a good, solid judge, but not in this case. In this case, they said the girl's mature enough to do this. They have no clue. They said it's in her best interest to violate her conscience and murder her own child. That's what they said. So in this case, Judge Donaldson and the Alabama Court of Civil Appeals and the juvenile court judge failed the state of Alabama by not living up to their duty to protect innocent life,